Chimera Podcast, available August 17th. And welcome! We tried to copy the Battlefield intro.
From the commercials from like 6 months ago. Also, it'll be the podcast will be available before August because that's like 6 months from now.
Moving the mic right now. There we go. That's better.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well,
hello and welcome to episode 7 of the Chimera Podcast.
Wow, we made it 7 episodes.
Oh, we did this bit last time.
I'm still impressed. Still really impressed, mainly because we've skipped only 2 weeks.
Yeah. And you guys we're actually recording this and we haven't even posted episode 6 yet. And we're sorry about that. And we're going to post episode 6 before you hear this. But it's been like 2 weeks since episode 6 was supposed to come out. And that's kind of like my fault. And I'm sorry because I got in a car accident and like almost died. So at least I have a semi-legitimate excuse.
Yeah, I was, he was in the hospital, and I just kept saying, "Hey, Tyler, man, when's the podcast gonna be finished?" And apparently, you can't work on the podcast when you're dying in a hospital bed. Yeah. I would have willed through it.
Yeah, I'm really sorry to do that, man. I was too weak.
And this is why, I'm the boss.
Yeah, that's why you make the big bucks.
Not really. All right, but
so the weather's finally getting nice out. We're here in southern PA, and it is just a beautiful spring day. I couldn't help but look out the window like a million times today just because I'm so excited to get outside.
This morning, the forecast said that it was supposed to be rainy, but then it changed within an hour of them posting that. It was like, all right, it's gonna be a fantastic day. Yeah, and speaking of fantastic days, guess what recently happened?
You bought a new fan?
No, I didn't buy a new fan, but
it's getting hot. You're gonna need some of those soon.
I will.
Oof.
But I was walking down the stairs this morning and ended up smashing my spine. That was absolutely terrible.
What does that have anything to do with fans?
Well, it's a fantastic day.
You were putting so much of an emphasis on fan. I thought it had something to do with fans, either an adorer, someone who really likes you, or fan is in keeps you cool or keeps your computer cool. Why'd you put so much emphasis on fan?
We'll get to fans later, but this is what happened. I'm walking down the stairs, and I laugh now, but it was so painful, and I'm still hurting. But my dog had left a ball on one of the steps, and I stepped directly on the ball. It's early in the morning. At this point, it's like 7:50 something, maybe 8 a.m. And I slip and nail my spine. We have going down our stairs. Instead of having walls at a certain point, it's just wood, and it's not a wall. It's flat wood at the same degree as the stairs. So I smash my spine on the flat wood and slide down, and I'll show you. I got that on both my elbows.
A+, dudes.
Yeah. So
20 years of walking up and down stairs, and you still managed to screw it up. Dude, your dog straight banana peeled you. He went Mario Kart on you.
Well, it's because I yelled at him recently.
Dropping them nanner peels, and he was just plotting against you this whole time, waiting for the opportunity to strike.
Yeah.
Send you hurtling down the stairs.
I guess I deserved it. Actually, you know what? He deserved to get yelled at. He keeps trying to pick fights with animals that are bigger than him.
Oh, so this is, what's his name?
Jack.
Yeah,
not the big one, not Samson. But, so that happened, and fans, that Zacuto cooler that doesn't exist anymore.
Zacuto cooler? You mean Zenith?
Zacuto.
Yeah, it's definitely Zenith. You can get up and go across the room and look at it. There's no such thing as a Zacuto. Is that Japanese unhonorable suicide? You've got seppuku and then Zacuto. Also could be the name of a Pokemon.
I don't know where... Okay. Let me get back here. I don't know where I got the name Zacuto from. I meant Zalman. I hit my head.
Zalman, not Zenith. Oh my God, Zenith's a TV brand from like the 80s.
Wow. See, we both suck.
Yeah.
But yeah. I have a Zalman fan in my computer that has been deceased for a while, and I tried to turn it on. That thing is the loudest thing ever.
Speaking of fans, we got some fan art.
We did?
Yeah, from remember when we were the other day we were on our sponsor Captain Sugar Spice's stream doing a Q&A with our viewers. And one of the questions asked was if we could make a video game, what would it be like? Now, I'm going to show Hayden this for the first time. Someone drew the main characters of our games. They got our names backwards though.
Oh, dang. Oh, it's okay.
It looks really good. I like the way they did my fat guy.
We'll have to put it up on screen.
Yeah, well, I'll throw it up there in the old podcast arena.
Yeah, I've been drinking a lot more water recently, and I'm feeling good. I'm sweating a lot more too, which is kind of bad. I get gross. Just throwing it out there in case anybody cares.
Nope, not a single person.
All right, well now you know I'm sweaty. Oh, and here's a fun thing. Last night we're all playing Our Success. The team, well, it was 3 of the team members, me included, and
Hayden straight trash as usual.
When we first started though, I was carrying, dude.
Yeah,
I was
but
doing
like
well.
the first game you were carrying, and then every game after that I was straight backpacking all of you.
Well, I had been playing for 2 hours already, and I was getting tired. There we go.
That would be good. This is my fat guy.
Yes,
my lady. Thank you so much, Durdra, for that beautiful piece of artwork. You definitely have some talent. We should put that. I'll put that up on our website then. That way everybody who could stop by could see it.
It's absolutely beautiful. But the milady, the tipping hat is beautiful.
Milady.
Yeah, and so let's get to some content because this has mainly been rambling since the start.
I think rambling's fun.
Okay, all right. So I am finally upgrading to the D500 from my Nikon D7100, and I'm super happy because it takes XQD cards, which I think Sony invented them, and they're really, really fast. They're some of the fastest cards you can get, and it's mainly for video. They're the fastest at 4K. I know that for sure. My Sony FS7 takes them, and I'm excited because I will know it's still the D500 can still take SD cards, but I'd rather just buy XQD cards, and that way I don't have to carry 2 different types of storage with me, and I can just stick to buying XQD cards and make it simple. They're expensive, but they're worth it. So I'm upgrading to that, and I'm buying a really, really fast lens. It's an 85mm f 1.4. It's the G series, which for people who don't know, that's for APS-C sized sensors, which would be a 1.5 crop factor. And it's going to be beautiful, and I'm really stoked. I'm super stoked about it.
I've got something with my computer I'm super stoked about. Like a week ago, I dropped a toothpick into my keyboard, and last night I finally got it out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations,
Thank
Tyler.
You. That thing was bothering me for so long because it was right beneath like between like my V key and the space bar. So every time I'd hit the melee button or I'd jump, I'd like feel that toothpick, and I'd just be like, eh. And now it's gone, and I'm happy.
Any new games you're excited about?
Any new games I'm excited about? Yooka-Laylee is coming out soon, which is the return to the classic platformer. Think of it like Jak and Daxter, or
I love Jak and Daxter.
Or what's another game? Well, like there's 3D open world. It's got like a dynamic duo. I almost want to say Sonic and Knuckles, but it's a 3D game. There's a really obvious one I'm missing here. Oh, Ratchet and Clank. Jak and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank. Still not naming the good one, the one that everyone played. Wow, I feel stupid.
It's okay, Tyler. I honestly don't even know what Yooka-Laylee is.
It's like a 3D. It's like a 3-dimensional like action platformer. Like how do I explain this? I don't. Man, this is gonna bother me. I need to figure out what game it's always compared to. I'm sure anyone listening like immediately knew what game it was. It's like a classic game, but
Uh,
I still haven't gotten a Nintendo Switch, and every day I go without it, I want to die a little bit more.
I had no urge to buy the Nintendo Switch. To be honest, no urge.
Banjo-Kazooie.
Oh, okay.
It's like
yeah.
Banjo-Kazooie.
All right, that makes sense. I get it now.
It's made by the same people who made Banjo-Kazooie.
Oh, so it's gonna be good. Is what you're trying to tell me?
One can hope. It already came. I think it already came out. Captain Sugar Spice is supposed to be playing it sometime this week, but apparently it's having a little bit of like performance issues.
Oh.
But with the launch of a lot of games, you see that, and I'm sure they'll fix it, and it'll get better.
Speaking about that, there have been a couple games that have recently launched with graphical issues. Some pretty heavy ones. One of which being that it launched a couple months ago, but it was the new Warhammer 40K game, where you are the Terminators and you're going through a Space Hulk. Its name was Space Hulk. I just remember that. But fantastic game. But when it first launched, it had insane graphics issues. Even running it with the Titan was tough. So that tends to be more and more prevalent, and it's not your just in case you're having these issues. It is not your graphics card. It's the game.
Yeah.
So
a lot of I don't know. I think the studios need to look really hard into doing just a little bit more testing and making sure that their product is compatible with all sorts of hardware, because I don't know, the optimization issues with some of these games lately has been ridiculous. Also, you want to talk about a really disappointing game? Mass Effect Andromeda.
Oh, it is absolutely awful. Everyone looks like they're sculpted out of clay.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
And
it took them like 10 years to make this game. Not actually like 10 years, like 5 or 6. And it looks like every person, creature, thing in the game's just formed out of a sack of potatoes.
If you look at Mass Effect, the original, the actual talking animations, they look better than Andromeda.
I'm actually playing through Mass Effect 1 right now because I've got Origin Access, so I have all the Mass Effects. So I decided, might as well do a playthrough with the same, because you can import the character from game to game. So I'm playing through Mass Effect 1 right now, and honestly, for its time, those facial animations were pretty good.
Yeah.
And the graphics overall, like, I'm looking back, like, thinking about games of that time, and those graphics weren't bad for that time, and they still kind of hold up today. Like, I'm still enjoying playing it, even though it's not like the most stunning thing in the world.
When I recently, I've been selling a lot of my stuff on eBay. I'm moving. Everyone doesn't know that, but I'm just letting you know why I'm selling everything on eBay. I sold.
He's actually selling it all on eBay for crack money. Don't let him fool you.
Oh man, you outed me. But
they deserve to know.
But so pretty much what happened was, I decided to sell my PS3. I sold my PS3, my PS Move, and all my games.
The fact that you bought a PS Move to begin with kind of makes you, like, I don't know, a mongoloid, like, lesser part of society.
It came with it came just like the Kinect. It came with the unit.
Oh, okay.
If you bought a third gen,
doesn't make it any less stupid.
Yeah, but.
Move. Did you have any games for it? Like, was it used? Did you find any enjoyment in that?
It came with 2 games. The bundle I got. It came with Time Crisis, which was actually really fun because it was like going back to an arcade when you were a kid, playing Time Crisis. And then it came with this sports one, and it was cool at first, just like the Wii was cool at first, and then it like lost its luster when I played real games like Killzone.
I refound my love for the Wii like probably years after it came out, and here's why: because you can do this thing called like letter bombing it, which basically makes it so that you can load ISOs like pirated games onto a hard drive, like an external hard drive, and plug it in, and you can just play whatever game you want. It's not even like to avoid buying games. You can play like games that random people made too. You can play homebrew games. It's really cool.
That's cool.
And you can put like extra emulators on it. And you can do all sorts of cool stuff with a Wii if you just put some homebrew on it. Flash it, I think it's called.
I really hope the Switch and and what was the new project, the X or whatever?
Project Scorpio? Are you talking about the Xbox project?
No, it already came out.
Who is it by? Was it by like Nintendo?
It was by Nintendo.
You talk about the Nintendo NX, which is the Switch.
Yes.
It is the Switch.
Okay,
They're
cool.
the same thing. That was just its code name.
Yeah, alright. Well, I hope the Switch really picks up because Nintendo's doing really bad right now.
Well, actually, the Switch is still massively in demand. They're just having a hard time fulfilling all the need for it.
Well, it's because they dried out, you know? They were losing so much money for the longest time.
Yeah, off the Wii U. They weren't.
Yeah.
I don't think they were expecting the kind of launch that they had. Like, they only sent out as many as there were pre-orders, I think. And so once everyone picked up their pre-orders, and then everyone who didn't pick up their pre-orders, theirs got sold to whoever was the first one in. Lucky bastards. But yes, but they're gonna start actually like stocking shelves with them soon, I believe. Now that they've seen like the amount of potential it has in the United States.
Let me know what you think, because I no longer have any consoles. I sold my Xbox 360 and my PS3. I didn't buy the newest gen consoles. I didn't feel a need to, you know, PC Master Race.
Yeah.
But if the Nintendo Switch is fun, I might get it.
I bought the only newest gen console I've ever had was an Xbox One, and I legit only had it for 2 weeks. I bought it off of eBay for like $80. It had a broken disc drive. I replaced the disc drive, and then I got the Master Chief Collection in Halo 5. Played through all of the Master Chief Collection on Legendary. Played through Halo 5 on Legendary. I messed around with the Halo 5 multiplayer for a little bit, just until I got Platinum rank on Ranked SWAT, because I am God tier at SWAT. But after that, I just sold it all back to Just Press Play, I think. It was a good time.
Oh, nice.
Or not Just Press Play, it would have been GameStop.
Yeah, GameStop always rips you off, though.
GameStop
They give you
is cancer.
absolutely
They
nothing.
gave me more than I paid for it, because I only paid $80 for an Xbox One.
Oh,
and
okay.
then like
Well,
15
that's
for a disc drive.
I could barely sell my PS3 for $40
At Just Press Play or GameStop?
at GameStop.
I'm surprised they still take those. They must have a million of those in like the warehouse.
They probably
somewhere.
do. And then I went on eBay and I still could only get like $40. So that's why I decided to bundle like all 30 of my games with it. But speaking about that, how do you ever think consoles will die out?
I think with the introduction of things like Steam boxes and like stream boxes and like, I don't know, just that kind of console feel PC, it's a possibility, but I don't think it's in the near future, only because consoles are such a huge market, and even if you convinced all of the people who didn't play video games to play PC if they wanted to, you'd still have the diehard fanboys doing console. And console, of course, has its few benefits. One, it's locked down. You're not gonna get a virus on your Xbox, or I'm sure it's possible, but it's extremely hard to do, and that's great for if you have kids. And consoles, they do appeal to the younger market. So I think over the course of probably the next 8 to 10 years, we'll see the console market devolve into one that's primarily for children, and we'll see more and more adults coming to the PC Master Race, and then beyond that, at some point, of course, yes, everyone will switch to PC.
Yeah. It's funny looking back on it. My dad was PC Master Race before I think anyone else that I knew was. He used to play MMOs real hard.
It's sick.
Yeah, he played World of Warcraft.
He was a WoW slave. We were all WoW slaves at one point.
Right when it came out, and then he also played. Oh, I'm trying to think of the name. It was made by. Man, I can't even remember. I don't know. It was a really old one. He played that. He played as a wood elf, and then he played as an elf again in WoW. But then he was playing stuff like what's that game series where you're trapped on an island?
Myst?
No, it's you're trapped on an island. You have to get away. It's a first-person shooter.
Uncharted.
No.
Far Cry.
Yeah, Far Cry. Original Far Cry.
There's a lot of trapped on islands game. I mean,
Yeah.
Tomb Raider. There's another one.
I remember I don't know why I can't remember game names, but I suck at it. Unless they're like really prevalent in my mind. But I remember looking at Far Cry and thinking the graphics were absolutely insane.
I still have a copy of Far Cry for PC, like in the original packaging and everything.
I do too. Yeah, I have the original Far Cry. Maybe I'll play it. I have the disc. I don't even know if the code works anymore.
Yeah, you have to check to see if the code works. I don't think mine does. The last time I checked was like years ago, but I don't think code works.
Maybe you'll catch me playing some Far Cry.
I bought Rainbow Six Vegas the other day. Rainbow Six Vegas the other day for me and Ray, and I still didn't touch it.
Rainbow Six Vegas is fun.
Yeah, those games were sick.
Yeah, I had that for Xbox. I used to play Terrorist Hunt on it. Mm-hmm. All the time. Yeah, but there were a lot of good games that were on console that I loved that if I had them on PC I probably wouldn't have even played at the age I was. Mm-hmm. I feel like just having a controller in your hands and being able, this doesn't happen as much with kids anymore just because of how everyone has online. But we used to have like massive LAN parties, but we only
System Link and Xboxes. Yes,
we would
have do that all the time.
And then we would just have 4 people at each, and we would have giant Halo tournaments.
Yes,
and
oh my god, I loved Halo split screen.
Yeah, it was awesome. Did you know Halo 5 you can't do split screen on?
I did. I was very upset when I found out.
Yeah, it's awful. Why would you get rid of that?
There was actually a huge outcry from the community when they did that, so we can hope that in Halo 6 that will be reprimanded.
I also don't like, here's another gripe with Halo 5. I didn't like how the elites looked. The elites normally look sleek and like very stealthy and dangerous and prestigious. They look like brutes pretty much. They were wide. They had weird. They didn't always wear those nice sleek helmets. Their armor was wider. It was bulkier. They moved a lot more stiff. They weren't as fluid like they used to be. I want the old elites. Bring back.
Well, you have to remember that the elites that you see in Halo 5 aren't the main elites from the Covenant. They're from one of the splinter cells off of the Covenant. So they're not like. Of course, they wouldn't have the same armor because they're basically not the same faction.
Well, that's like in Halo Wars 2.
I still haven't put many hours into Halo Wars 2, but I love Halo Wars 2.
But in Halo Wars 2, you're not fighting the Covenant. Mm-hmm. It's another splinter group run by the brutes and everything. Yeah. But there are elites in there. They resemble Covenant more though.
Yeah. Oh, what else has happened recently?
I don't know.
Our Twitch team has started streaming regularly. Myself, Chicken CHM, Hayden Beef CHM, and Gingy CHM. We all stream on Twitch. There'll be links for that in the description of the video. Definitely check us out. If you look at our channels, we've got our schedules on there, so you'll know whenever we go online. Be sure to hit follow. Also, be sure to follow our Twitch sponsor, Captain Sugar Spice. She does some great stuff on air. She plays games and she does Twitch creative. Right now on her creative streams, she's working on a skin because we're doing a personalized bundle for her fans that you can only get with her access code. And if you want to get that access code, you're gonna have to go to her channel and look for it. But yeah, so definitely go do that. Also, as always, be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and subscribe to the YouTube and share it with your friends and leave a comment telling us that you love us, but you love Tyler more because that's definitely the way that works.
I don't know.
Check out our website. We've got a blog. If you want to stay up to date with the latest news in Chimera, you want to follow all these things. We try to update the blog as much as we can. It's usually just random stuff, though, so some of it might pertain to the podcast, some of it might not. Right now I'm working on a blog post about the 10 of the saddest deaths in video gaming, so we're getting super clickbaity up in here.
Yeah, that is super clickbaity.
I think, did I miss any bases here? Usually pretty good with the wrap up.
Well, I mean, you did miss something. I just want to say, guys, have a nice night, morning, afternoon,
day, whatever time it is there for you when you're listening to this.
I mean, maybe you're in a time loop.
Yeah, you might not even be in a place that has time. You could be on an entirely different ethereal plane where time is but a funny mortal concept.
Like a feather blowing in the wind.
It's a really weird metaphor, but I dig it.
Yeah, I was trying to get real weird with that one. All right,
goodbye,
see you guys.
everybody.